What's up, guys? It's Techno Viking 23 coming to you today with a little bit of a channel update, Ramble video. I'm going to talk about a couple of things. It's been a while since I was able to actually do one of these. I used to like to do this at least once a month, kind of give you guys an update on where things are with me and the channel and what my plans are and just what's going on in life in general. But 2016, as a lot of you probably know, was a rather rough year for not just me, but a lot of people. Just a very stressful year in general. I'm not one who gets caught up too much in the pop culture and celebrity stuff. I know a lot of really famous people died this year, but that tends to not really affect me too much because, you know, I kind of subscribe to the fact that those people live in their own little world, don't really worry too much about us little guys, so I don't really get too torn up when something like that happens. Still, that being said, there were quite a few talented artists who departed this year, and that's very unfortunate for the industries that they were in. But that having been said, I'm just going to talk about a few general things here. First off, I did want to say thank you guys for getting me to the 1,800 sub mark. I just recently hit that a couple of weeks ago, I think, and slowly trying to build up to 2,000 subscribers. So I appreciate all you guys coming on, commenting, talking about whatever, just supporting the channel. It's been really fun. As I always say, I'm not on YouTube to be famous or to get big or anything. I've got 2 other jobs that I work for my main income, and YouTube is kind of just for fun. It's something I do just to be part of the gaming community and just have a good time and learn another skill. You know, it's something that's taught me how to you know, work with videos and things, even though my editing is not amazing or great by any standards, but it's taught me some other skills, and that's really the fun thing, is it's a learning experience just about on every end. So do appreciate all the support, guys. Again, thank you very much for helping me just hit over that 1,800 sub milestone. It's been a really fun journey. 2016 was not as active as I wanted to be on YouTube. There's a lot of things that contributed to that. One of the things when I first started YouTube, I had my own apartment, which was really great, and I had my own room basically dedicated to doing gaming and videos and everything else, and was able to pretty much have free run whenever I wanted to make videos. If I wanted to get up at 4 in the morning and make a video, if I wanted to make a video at 8 o'clock at night, if I wanted to make a video before I got up to go to work in the morning, just had a lot of freedom to do YouTube, and that's why I was able to put out so many videos the prior year, and actually grew the channel pretty fast the first year I was on YouTube. Not so in 2016. It's a little bit of a different story. A lot of you guys will remember towards the end of 2015, I wound up having to move back to Georgia because the work environment in Pennsylvania had just crashed completely. I was working in the energy, oil, and gas field, and with the gas prices and oil prices being what they were in the world, there wasn't a whole lot of stuff going on. So fortunately, the profession I'd been in for 5 years there, which had been pretty lucrative and really fun to be a part of, kind of just tanked really quickly. So I spent most of 2015 unemployed. When I look back on it, I think I only worked about 3 or 4 months out of that entire year, because I had been self-employed at that point for quite a while, and just weren't any contracts coming in, nothing really to do. So I ended up blowing through a lot of my savings trying to stay in the area, because a lot of my best friends live up there, and I miss a lot of, I consider them family really. I miss a lot of my family up there. And I tried to stay in, hold out to the last possible second, which in hindsight probably wasn't the smartest thing to do. I did blow through quite a bit of money doing that. And when I moved to Georgia, I pretty much was living off of my last couple $100. Thankfully, I have family here in Georgia, and I kind of moved in with them. I was hoping it would be a temporary situation. And it's not bad. You know, we have a pretty good sized condo here. I've got my own, you know, we got our own rooms here, and I have my own little side setup for everything. But it's just living with family. It really kind of puts a damper on some of my activities that I want to do, especially with YouTube, because it's really hard to make videos when there's several other people in the house at the same time. And even though we've got kind of our own private area, people are unfortunately a little bit nosy. When they hear you talking or they hear you doing something, they're going to come up and check and see what you're doing. And there have been times that I've been trying to record videos and do voiceovers where people just kind of like barge right into my room, like, what are you doing? Why are you making so much noise? And it's just like, it completely ruins it. I have to completely scrap the voice recording. And it just makes it really tough to make videos on a consistent basis. I was trying to get 2 out a week. That's really going by the wayside here. I'm lucky if I get 1 out a week now, but hopefully I can get into a little bit of a better system in 2017. I've been trying to get up a little earlier before work in the morning when there's actually no one home, and I'm able to usually get some videos done then. And just whenever people go out for errands on the weekend and stuff, I try to just jump on and do what I can. I had some off time during the holidays, which was great. I had been working 2 jobs, and that was taking away a lot of time as well. When you're working 6-7 days a week, it's very hard to find time to jump on YouTube and make some videos. But had some really nice developments towards the end of 2016. 2016 actually wasn't a terrible year for me in general. I know it was a rough year for a lot of people, but work-wise, it was really, really good. I'm loving my main job. I was able to thankfully stay within kind of a sub-profession of what I was doing before, which was title work. And was able to get on with a really good commercial title law firm down here in Georgia, and it's been great. Been doing title review. It's really expanding my skill set. I work with some really awesome people every day, and it's actually funny because I have a lot of fun at work, even though it's a very stressful and tough job. I go to work every day and work with some awesome people, and it's just been really amazing. Work's actually been the one thing that's kind of saved me in 2016 from just having a mental stress breakdown with some of the family stuff going on at home and other things, but it's been really good. And our boss was really generous this year. We got a nice Christmas bonus at the end of the year. I was able to upgrade some of my gaming stuff, which is really cool. I'm going to have a gaming setup update video coming out soon. So I've kind of flipped around my setup a little bit with my PC, and I've got bought a new desk. My room is really small, so I don't have a whole lot of space to kind of spread out like I did in my old place. And I've kind of had to compartmentalize everything and move things around. But I definitely want to share that with you guys, show you some of the stuff I've been using here lately. But yeah, so the end of 2016 was pretty good. Things have been winding down, and with some of the the financial improvements in my life, I'm hopefully going to be able to cut out my second job pretty soon, and that's going to give me a lot of time. Actually, over the holidays, I've had several 3-day weekends, which has been great. It's been really awesome getting to know what a weekend is again. So definitely hoping that's going to bring some better stuff in 2017. As for content, I'm really not sure what I'm going to do. I'm really sort of on the fence about Mass Effect Andromeda right now. I know you guys have probably been watching a lot of my videos. Actually, surprisingly, those videos have been fairly popular. Had a pretty good view counts on those, which is great. The other game I'm playing right now mainly is Overwatch, and people don't seem to be as excited about Overwatch, so that's okay though. I enjoy the game, and I like putting out tips for newer players. I'm not a great player at Overwatch. I'm a gold, platinum level, but definitely like to bring out some tips because I know a lot of people are struggling to get out of bronze and silver, and I just want to try to help those people out. So I'll be still doing some little tip videos and commentary videos about Overwatch because I really do enjoy the game. It can be really frustrating at times, but overall I enjoy the game. I enjoy the characters, the lore behind it. I'm kind of hoping Blizzard decides to make a movie based on the characters and things. That would be really cool. But so I'm going to keep playing Overwatch. Now, I have been kind of frustrated with Season 3 of competitive, and I will say that I'm probably going to try Season 4, and if Season 4 doesn't improve, I don't know if I'm going to keep playing the competitive mode in Overwatch because it needs a lot of fixes. It needs a lot of changes, especially to the way the skill ranking system works, in my opinion. And I'm going to probably talk about that in a Season 3 ending video, which I'll do a little bit later, probably in February or March. But we'll see what happens. Now, if Andromeda comes out and is pretty good, I'm obviously going to be playing that quite a bit. I actually am really excited about the multiplayer for Mass Effect Andromeda, and given how enjoyable the multiplayer Mass Effect 3 was, I'm really hoping that's going to be something that will help carry the game a little bit. After you do the initial story and things, you'll be able to enjoy that for quite some time because it's been about 5 years since Mass Effect 3 came out, and the multiplayer is still very healthy. There's a lot of people playing. I actually have it on. I play it on Xbox One now since they added the ability to upgrade where you can bring Mass Effect up to the Xbox One. And there's still a ton of people playing. I never have any problems at all finding games. That's always very populated. Doesn't matter what time of day or night it is. I did get Mass Effect 3 on PC just to play it there to have something fun to play. But I haven't been playing multiplayer on there as much because I just have such a larger account on Xbox One with all the unlocks and things. It's really been more beneficial to just play there. Plus, a lot of my friends are still on Xbox One, so we play on there. Now mention the gaming PC. God, I'm really loving PC gaming so far. I know I made the switch a while back. I've been playing a lot of games, a lot of different games, and I love the whole Steam experience. Over Christmas, there was a big Steam sale, and all these games were on sale. And I think I picked up 7 or 8 games for like $40 altogether. And they were recent games that just came out. I've been playing Doom, which I didn't get initially because I didn't want to pay full price for it. But I got Doom on Steam for like $20, and I've been playing Doom, and I really, really enjoyed Doom. It's been great so far. Just going through the campaign, it's a lot of fun. It reminds me of the old days when I used to play Doom on the IBM computer back in the, I guess that was the 90s, I want to say. But it's been really fun. It's been a great experience so far. I haven't really gotten into Doom's multiplayer because I didn't really enjoy it at all when the beta came out, so I haven't jumped into it yet. I might. It just felt like a really high-speed Halo 5, and I really wasn't a massive fan of it. But I might try it out, maybe do some videos on that, but I don't know. But yeah, overall, so I think 2017's main focus is probably going to be Mass Effect. I say that I'm going to wait for reviews. I'll probably wind up getting the game at some point. I know because I'm a huge Mass Effect fan, and I, despite some misgivings about some of the stuff they've shown and the more action-oriented thing they're going for, I'm hoping that it's a good game. I'm hoping they don't abandon the narrative gameplay, and I hope it's still good. I really hope it's not Dragon Age in space. But I'm probably going to focus a lot on that and Overwatch. Those are probably going to be the 2 main games I'm playing right now. I actually did try to play Destiny over the holiday. It was kind of funny. I had some time off. I was bored on a Saturday, and I said, you know what, I'm going to jump on because they had that winter event they had done. And I hadn't touched, ever since I bought my gaming PC, I don't think I hadn't played Destiny. I got Rise of Iron, but I hadn't actually been on the game in about, I want to say 2 months. Didn't miss it at all, and I jumped on and said, I'll play a couple of these new revamped strikes with the scoring system, which was kind of interesting and not altogether unenjoyable, but quite honestly, I didn't find anything worth coming back for and decided that I was better off just not getting back into Destiny. There's really nothing there. I don't think anything's going to really happen or improve with that franchise or series until Destiny 2 comes out, and we'll have to see what Activision and Bungie do with that. But I just see more par for the course, and they're adding in things, this late in the game, 2-3 years into the game, that really should have been there from the get-go. And it just seems like Bungie continues to tread water with Destiny, and not really sure what they should do with it. But I'm not going to get into that. I'm kind of past those days where I used to just rag on Destiny all the time. It's just not worth it anymore. It's not a game that's worth my time. So that's there. But yeah, really been enjoying a lot of these other PC games. Actually, it's funny. I'm going to be doing a video called The Worst Game I Ever Bought, and it's going to be about Aliens, Colonial Marines. Because at the time that game launched, a lot of you guys might remember all the crap that went down with the Gearbox and how awful that was. But I ended up picking the game up on Steam for like $7 with every single bit of DLC that ever came out for it, which back then it would have cost you maybe $120, $140 when they brought it out. So I thought that was kind of funny. And I've been playing through it, and it's kind of a fun nostalgia trip, but it was just still such a terrible game, and I'm going to do a little video on that. And then also I did pick up the old Alien vs. Predator series. I'm going to be playing through that on PC too. I might do some videos of that because that's a game I actually never got to play because my PC wasn't really good enough back in the day, and it was something I really wanted to play because the campaigns looked really, really interesting in terms of lore and just the stuff going on with the Aliens and Predator series, and I'm a huge Aliens fan. And of course, on that note, there is a new Alien movie coming out this year, which I'm kind of excited for. It's supposedly the sequel to Prometheus. I don't know, but looking at it, it's going to be kind of an interesting film. I'm kind of excited for that. This looks like it's going to be a good year for movies. I'm kind of getting off topic here, but I was going to talk about the channel, but now I'm just kind of talking about 2017 in general. But anyways, my goal for 2017 is really just to have a little bit more fun, to have a more enjoyable year. Like I said, 2016 was really, really stressful, mainly just from a lot of family drama. I don't talk about my family stuff that much because it's just, I don't like to air stuff out there. People have enough problems of their own. They don't really need to be hearing about mine. But I'm an adopted child, and I've mentioned that a few times. I've talked about the adoption search where I looked for my mother a couple years ago. I have some news on that I'll share here in a minute. And but my parents are divorced, and living, between two of them, it's very difficult sometimes, I guess I would say. And it seems to get, it's been a while since they got divorced, but it seems that either one of them, they're both very bitter about it still to this day. And it's been almost 10 years. And so when I go visit one or the other, I get a massive guilt trip from the other one. They just run their mouth about the other one, and it just really gets stressful. And I'm one of those people where I'm an only child, I'm an adopted child, so I'm very grateful for my mom and dad for adopting me and taking care of me. And I think they raised me pretty good. They taught me to work hard. There was a lot of tough love when I was growing up, which wasn't always great. I'm not going to say I had a rough childhood, but it wasn't always the best. I'll just say that. There was a lot of emotional stuff. It was very hard to please them at times. There was a lot of the times nothing was really ever good enough. If I got an A, it was why didn't you get an A plus in this class? You know, if I was playing sports and I had a good game, it's why didn't you have 2 more points, or why didn't you get first place instead of second in your track race? Just all kinds of stuff, and it was a very, very tough love situation. Which I grew up just fine because of that, and I'm a lot tougher, I think, than a lot of my friends are. And, as a result, I think I grew up a little bit more mature to handle some situations with, and I've been doing pretty good. But it still doesn't make it easy when I just turned, I'm not going to say how old I am, but I'm in my mid-30s. And when you're in your mid-30s and you feel like you're an adult and you have to, you go on vacation to visit, one of your parents, and they act like children, and they're just talking all this crap, running their mouth. It just really gets annoying. And at the same time, you have that respect for them because of what they helped you do, but part of you wants to tell them to just shut the hell up. And I haven't reached that point yet. I'm getting to it with them, but there's just going to be a part of me that wants to just take them and be like, I don't care. I came down here to visit you and have a good time, and let's stop talking about the past and just. But I just can't seem to get out of it. And I've got to shake that whole thing where it's like, oh, these are your parents. You have to fully respect them and listen to their crap all the time, which it's just really, really aggravating. So that was one of the reasons 2016 was kind of rough for me. Plus the whole living with some other family members, just constantly trying to be up in my crap and be in my business, and just gets really aggravating. Family sucks sometimes. I'll just tell you guys that much. The other problem I have, too, is we live where I live now. I'm kind of close to my mom's, some people that are in my mom's side of the family. And my mom's side of the family is rather large. She had like 10 brothers and sisters. And she's the only person in her family that actually moved away from the state they grew up in. And the rest of them all stayed within like 5 miles of their mother. And because of that, they really resented my dad because he took her away from the family, was what they said. And, my dad worked in oil and gas. We moved all around the country everywhere. So I've lived in like 13 different states, moved several times throughout the country. But some of her family members have started to migrate south, and I haven't talked to or seen a lot of them, and it's been at least 25 years. But now they all of a sudden want to be part of my life because my dad's not in the picture anymore because my parents got divorced, and they think, oh, we're just going to jump right back in and hey, let's just resume our relationship. And the relationship was never really good in the first place. A lot of them didn't respect me because I was adopted, which is really stupid and quite petty. But some people are like that. I don't know why. But I never really had a good relationship with any of the people on my mom's side of the family. And now a lot of them are trying to get back into my life. And they're kind of like mad at me because I'm pretty much giving them the cold shoulder. I'm like, I don't want anything to do with you. Some people have been telling me, oh, you should be open. And I'm like, no, I've been, I'm in my mid-30s now. I haven't seen these people in 25 plus years. They didn't care about me when my dad was around. Then all of a sudden they want to be part of my life. No, I'm sorry. That's not how it works, at least in my mind. I've got enough family, I'm doing air quotes right here, that is great. A lot of my best friends became family. I've spent Christmas with a lot of my best friends' families, and they've accepted me kind of into their family. So my own family, which has, like I said, been kind of interesting growing up, isn't always the greatest, but for the outside family, the people like out there, my mom's brothers and sisters and their kids, and like I don't want anything to do with you. I really don't want to have to deal with it. They're like, oh, we want to come visit, we want to do this and that. I'm like, no, I don't want to. No, just no. I don't need any more family drama in my life than I've already got right now. So, but sorry for the little rant there, guys. I just kind of giving you a little window into my universe. And that was one of the reasons 2016 for me was kind of rough. Just having to deal with the constant negativity and the crap from so-called family, and just made me not want to do a lot of things. I spent a lot of time in the gym, and like I said, my job, I work 2 jobs. I'm out of the house all the time, and try to spend a lot of time in the gym also just to stay away from it. And yeah, so that's been my fun little story there. I mentioned something about my adoptive mother. I think I'll just do a separate video on that because it's something I want to talk about a little bit more in depth. And I'll put that video up here pretty soon. So just stay tuned for that. But anyways, yeah, 2016, glad to get it over with. Glad it's out of here. Looking forward to, I'm not going to talk about the election either because that's just way too toxic of a subject. The one thing I will say about it is it's over with. I wish people would just kind of let it go and move on and try to work together to start building something better. Because with all the crazy infighting and crap that's going on right now, nothing's going to change. I think politics is going to stay the same no matter who's in there. And people just want to fight about it. It's like until we sit down and stop with all the hatred and trying to throw the other person under the bus, no matter who wins. It's like just nothing's gonna until everybody starts working together. Nothing's really gonna change. And I hope it does change going forward. But I don't get into politics here because it's just too toxic of a subject. I really don't want to get into that. But I'm glad 2016 is gone. It was a really crappy year for a lot of people, and here's hoping 2017 is a lot more positive. Personally, one of my goals for this year was when I don't do New Year's resolutions. I usually just do New Year's goals, and I write them down at the beginning of the year and kind of keep track. And this year it was a lot of financial goals, like wanted to build my savings back up and start my 401k again and just do a few things with that. Be a bit more active on YouTube. But one of my main goals was to try to just be more positive this year. And just when I'm dealing with other people, when I'm dealing at work, just try to remember that, you're alive, you're waking up every morning, you've got some good things going for you. Just try to keep that smile on your face. And don't let all this negativity that's out there bring you down, because the stuff that you hear on the news and the stuff that's being pumped at you, it's actually not really as widespread a problem as you might think once you get down to it. There's a lot of good stuff going on in the world. There's a lot of good stuff going on in your life that you might not realize. And just focus on that. Don't listen to what some talking head is telling you. Just try to focus on the positives you've got and work towards helping make everybody else a little bit happier too. So that's kind of my heartfelt message for the year. But anyways, guys, I'm glad you stuck with me here for 20 minutes if you actually did stay around for the whole video. Didn't mean for it to go this long as I was just kind of rambling about things, but that's why this is the Ramble video. But hopefully you guys are having a great year so far. I know we're about halfway through January. It's going pretty good for me so far. Like I said, the goal is just to be positive this year and have a good time. Hopefully you'll be seeing a lot of positive content from me coming very soon on the channel. So anyways, guys, that's going to do it here. I hope you guys are having a great day. Thanks as always for watching, and I'll see you again next time.